Hello there, folks. Welcome to Ranked. My name is Matti, McLean. I'm a Canadian Eurovision, and today I am ranking the MCU movies. So, MCU is something I have followed tenuously since the beginning. I haven't seen all of them, so some of these I'm going to have to rank off of impact and opinion, like general consensus. So, I don't apologize for that, but we'll see how this goes. I noticed they don't have any of the offshoots, any of the TV shows or anything like that, so we're just sticking plain movies, regular flavored, and there's only one place to start, and that's at the very beginning. So Iron Man 1 is fine. It's great. I would say it's good. I don't know how they have these lists here. Look at this. Best, amazing, great, very good, good, solid. No. Also, why is green bad? Okay. I'm just going to make this fine. And then good, and then great. Sure. I just fixed the list for myself. So, Iron Man is good. It was definitely the right place to start this whole, debacle off of. So, Iron Man being in the good category, I'm completely fine with. Next up, we had Hulk. Hulk was number 2 in the MCU. The first time they did a crossover, the first time they hinted that they were going to make this into a big thing. And the Hulk is okay. It's not great. It's not bad. It's mostly just remembered for being the kicker and for people to be like, oh, there's something happening here. So, yeah, I'm not opposed to that being there. I feel like it's kind of the right place for it, to be honest. Edward Norton doesn't come back. Liv Tyler never comes back and is never mentioned again. So, it is what it is. Next up was Captain America. Next up was Iron Man 2. Iron Man 2 is this one, and is it fine or is it okay? It's okay. It's better than the Hulk. It is better than the Hulk. And I will put it there because, it has good things. It introduces Scarlett Johansson. It builds upon the world. He goes into a donut at one point. That just reminds me, I have donuts in the fridge. That's very exciting. When I'm more excited about the donut I have in my fridge than I am about talking about the movie, that should signal what's going on here. Captain America was next. Captain America. Where are you? It should be... is it just this one? Yeah, it's just this one. It was fine. Chris Evans is great. I like him. Everyone loves... There's a lot to like in this. Everyone likes the Red Skull. The sacrifice at the end is great. Yeah, does anyone really have it? I don't think anyone has anything negative to say about either Captain America or Thor number 1. I feel like they're both perfectly fine. I don't think that there's any major issues that pop up. It's kind of moving forward where things start to get good and get really good and then swing and then knock down. And, this going forward is where things are going to start to get a little bit more messy. But this obviously culminated in the first Avengers movie. Funny thing, there was only 5 movies at the time when Avengers came out. But that's the case. So Avengers was great. Obviously, a lot of people have turned against it a little bit because of the Joss Whedon stuff that's happening, which I don't like. But at the same time, I respect people's opinions, and I don't want to get involved in the whole thing. All I can say is that the movie itself is really good, and I really liked it, and it still holds a special place in my heart. Even though I've technically never seen it all the way from the beginning to the end, I have seen the whole thing. I have seen it multiple times. Following that was Iron Man 3. Was it bad or was it okay? It was fine. Fine's better than okay. No, it was okay. I would say it was better than the Hulk and better than Iron Man 2. I'll give it better than Iron Man 2. I think that it has a lot going for it. I liked the whole storyline of him coming off of the Avengers and how they actually address a lot of things that happen there. Other things tried to do that, like, say, Thor the Dark World, which was not very good. Has not got a lot of praise. really live up to expectations in a major way. So for what it is, it's fine. It's not something that... It's better than a lot of other movies that came out around the same time, but still not something that I'd be like, oh my gosh, this is fantastic. The Guardians of the Galaxy was great. I think that it's one of the few series that came and then got better. And I loved the chemistry together. I loved how it has a raccoon that is just a foul-mouthed... Any cute animal that suddenly becomes a foul-mouthed badass, I'm going to like. And I think that it's hilarious, got lots of character, it's a lot of fun. So there is nothing about Guardians of the Galaxy that I would hate. There's nothing about it that I want to... I don't even know if these are in the right order. I'm just kind of going with them in terms of how I remember it all. Captain America Civil War was really good. Obviously introduced Spider-Man, which was a very important character to come in. But overall, like, I do think that it did very... Wait, Captain America Civil War came out after Avengers 2, I think. Yeah, because Ant-Man had come out by then. And Ant-Man is also good. I would kind of keep that on the same level as Iron Man. Iron Ants, that's fine. Wait, that's not Civil War at all. That's Captain America. Oh, that's the Winter Soldier. So I am in the right order. Winter Soldier was fine. Introduced Bucky, who I still don't really get the appeal of fully, but I'm also not really the target market, I don't think. Did it go Avengers 2 and then Doctor Strange, or was it Doctor Strange and then Avengers 2? I don't know. Let's go with Avengers 2. Avengers Age of Ultron is fine. I'm really struggling here. It does what the first movie does, but not as successfully. So Age of Ultron is fine. I like what they do with Wanda. I think that, like, Wanda becomes a really mainstay part of the Avengers. Obviously, she becomes a huge part of the franchise as a whole. They get the chemistry right of the certain characters. But the best part of this movie, the part that everyone remembers, is literally just them all talking around a table and having fun and having chats while everything's just, you know. The best part of the movie is the party before the movie really starts. So take from that what you will. Which one of these is Spider-Man Homecoming? I don't know if that's right at the beginning, but man, it's hard to tell some of these. I'm just not sure which one's which. I'm going to assume that that's the newest one. I'm going to assume that that's that Spider-Man Homecoming? I'm going to just assume this is Spider-Man Homecoming, which is also good. Tom Holland's a great actor. Everyone in the Spider-Man movies is really well cast. They have a lot of fun together. It's neat. It's good. Yeah, that has to be Homecoming, because that's Far From Home and that's Dr. Octopus. So, yeah, got the right one. That's half the battle, in my opinion. Nothing. I don't really have much to say, obviously. But Civil War, I think, came out before then. It was also good. Is it great? I don't know. But is it better than Winter Soldier? Yes. Actually, is Winter Soldier better than Iron Man? No. Ant-Man's actually better than it, too. Ant-Man's an underrated little gem. I think it's hilarious. It does very, very good job at what it tries to do. So I'm going to go on a limb, put it higher than some of the other ones. What else came out before here? Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange is fine. Really good acting. I love Rachel McAdams. I will put it above Captain America because I do feel like it's stronger. I like the themes that they introduced more. I think that it stands on its own in a very interesting and unique and cool way. Thor Ragnarok is great. Okay. Give me 1 second here. I just had a little technical difficulty. I am back talking about Thor Ragnarok because my computer is weird. I think that Thor Ragnarok is like as good as it gets. I love Valkyrie. I love what they do with his character. Taika Waititi has his fingerprints all over this, and he really does just knock it out of the park. And so in terms of like great movies in the cinematic universe, it has to be included. The other one, Black Panther, obviously needs to come up there. It's so weird to think how Chadwick Boseman is just no longer with us. But yeah, Black Panther is fantastic. It's no one has anything bad to say about that Black Panther, I don't think. If they do, that's great for them. Anyone can pick holes in anything. Avengers Infinity War. I really liked where they went with it. I think that it was kind of where the whole franchise is firing on all cylinders. Everyone's doing a great job. And I should have put Guardians of the Galaxy 2 in here first. So I'm going to just slide Guardians of the Galaxy just below Guardians of the Galaxy 1 because I don't think it's quite as strong as that. But Avengers Infinity War is good. It's really good. Very solid. The ending that no one expected to go there but went there anyways. Really cool. A lot of people did a very good job on it. So kudos to that. Ant-Man versus Ant-Man and the Wasp. It's good. It's kind of on the same level as maybe a little bit lower than Ant-Man proper, but it does what it does. It does it well. Definitely above Thor and Captain America. I would put it in the fine category. I don't think it really stands up as one that everyone's just like, oh, this is one that we have to go back to time and time again. So yeah, Far From Home, Spider-Man. Some of these are way out of order. But Far From Home Spider-Man, I would say, was great. Low grade. I'll put it between the Guardians because, that's kind of about where I would fit it. Captain Marvel was fine. First female-led one, which I always appreciate. But in terms of how it does, I would, it introduces a lot of stuff, but it doesn't really make a lot of sense in the grand scheme of things. But, for what it is, it's fine. We'll move on. Endgame. Endgame is probably the best MCU is ever going to get. Does it idolize Tony Stark a bit too much? Yes. Yes, it does. It definitely has that element of just being, let's just talk about Robert Downey Jr. and stroke his ego a little bit. But there's nothing wrong with that. Everything is fine. It's well done. It's well paced. And we're kind of just moving in today's day and age. So Black Widow is okay. I think a lot of people had issues with it. I think that the drama that unfolded because of how it was released is kind of silly, but whatever. I have nothing really bad to say about Black Widow, but I don't really have a lot of positive to say either. Shang-Chi, the 10 Rings, really cool. I like, he gets points for being Canadian, so I'm going to just be unashamed in that. In that declaration, the Eternals should have been a TV show. It should have had more time to develop. It's way too fast. They rush way too much, and everyone's just crowded together. No one gets their time in the spotlight before they're kind of ripped away from you, and it is what it is. I don't hate it. I think it would have done better as like a Game of Thrones style long form show, but who knows? We'll see. It could have been like Heroes for the 2020s, which would have been really cool. I haven't seen Spider-Man new one yet, but I've heard nothing but good things. My hype for it is huge. I feel confident putting it as the best Spider-Man and probably just over the Guardians of the Galaxy and under the Avengers. Only because I love the idea of Spider-Man crossover. Spider-Man was the first superhero movies that were released that I really got into. Well, after Batman movies happened in the 90s, but the less we talk about that, the better. And Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, I have heard mixed things about. My hype for it's still really high. I'm going to put it in the top of the fine category because I can't imagine it being worse just because of, I am really excited to see how they pull this off and what they do with Wanda, and I'm hyped for it. So these are my choices. I'm going to just take a moment now and see how I compare to the rest of the world. So taking into account that my rankings are going to be slightly different because I actually go from best to bad and they go from best to solid, which, isn't the best tracking mechanism. I'm just going to shrink myself down a little bit so y'all can see. And we have here number one obviously being Endgame, which I just think is kind of factual. Also, Infinity Store's up there. They also have Winter Soldier, Civil War, Far From Home, and Guardians of the Galaxy 1, and Thor Ragnarok. So Thor Ragnarok in there, yep, absolutely agree with. Most of mine are there. Anyone that's not in there, I'm pretty sure is going to be in the great category for me. So Well, I guess not. I guess Captain America Winter Soldier's there. So these are how they compare. I put Thor Dark World as bad, and they don't. They have it in solid, or they only have. Oh, they only have Multiverse of Madness in solid. That's not great sign. Captain Marvel in good. I feel like that's being a little hard on it, but I have it in fine, so whatever. Okay, not a lot. It looks like I'm diverging a little bit from this, and maybe it's because I'm putting too much of an analytical hat on this. But overall, I'm not mad at the rankings. They are what they are. Some of them line up perfectly, others do not, and that's totally fair. So this is my take on the MCU and how they rank. It's a good thing I didn't have to name them all, otherwise I probably would not have been able to do that. So thank you for watching. My name is Matti McLean. I'm a Canadian on Eurovision. You can find me online at The Big Shabam on Instagram and Twitter. You can also find my clothing online at onechicgeek.com. So if you have any questions and you want to see me do something else, don't be afraid to leave a comment. Helps me out. And until next time, I'll see you guys soon. Bye.